Questioner. While in Bombay, I went through an intensive course of Burmese meditation managed by one Gwinka. Yet, I have not found peace. There is an improvement in self-control and day-to-day discipline, but that is all. I cannot say exactly what caused what. I visited many holy places. How each acted on me, I cannot say. Maharaj answers. Good. Results will come, sooner or later. At Sri Ramana Ashram, did you get some instructions? Questioner. Yes. Some English people were teaching me, and also an Indian follower of Jnana Yoga, residing there permanently, was giving me lessons. Maharaj. What are your plans? Questioner. I have to return to the States because of visa difficulties. I intend to complete my BSc, study nature, cure, and make it my profession. Maharaj answers. A good profession, no doubt. Questioner. Is there any danger in pursuing the path of yoga at all cost? Maharaj answers. Is a matchstick dangerous when the house is on fire? The search for reality is the most dangerous of all undertakings, for it will destroy the world in which you live. But if your motive is love of truth and life, you need not be afraid. Questioner. I am afraid of my own mind. It is so unsteady. Maharaj answers. In the mirror of your mind, images appear and disappear. The mirror remains. Learn to distinguish the immovable in the movable, the unchanging in the changing, till you realize that all differences are in appearance only, and oneness is a fact. This basic identity you may call God or Brahman, or the matrix, Prakriti. The words matter little. Is only the realization that all is one. Once you can say with confidence, born from direct experience, I am the world is myself. You are free from desire and fear on one hand, and become totally responsible for the world on the other. The senseless sorrow of mankind becomes your sole concern. Questioner. So even Nani has his problems? Maharaj answers. Yes, but they are no longer of his own creation. His suffering is not poisoned by a sense of guilt. There is nothing wrong with suffering for the sins of others. Your Christianity is based on this. Questioner. Is not all suffering self-created? Maharaj answers. Yes, as long as there is a separate self to create it. In the end, you know that there is no sin, no guilt, no retribution, only life in its endless transformations. With the dissolution of the personal I, personal suffering disappears. What remains is the great sadness of compassion, the horror of the unnecessary pain. Questioner. Is there anything unnecessary in the scheme of things? Maharaj answers. Nothing is necessary. Nothing is inevitable. Habit and passion blind and mislead. Compassionate awareness heals and redeems. There is nothing we can do. We can only let things happen according to their nature. Questioner. Do you advocate complete passivity? Maharaj. Clarity and charity is action. Love is not lazy and clarity directs. You need not worry about action. Look after your mind and heart. Stupidity and selfishness are the only evil. Questioner. What is better, repetition of God's name or meditation? Maharaj answers, repetition will stabilize your breath. With deep and quiet breathing, vitality will improve, which will influence the brain and help the mind to grow pure and stable and fit for meditation. Without vitality, little can be done, hence the importance of its protection and increase. Posture and breathing are a part of yoga, for the body must be healthy and well under control. But too much concentration on the body defeats its own purpose, for it is the mind that is primary in the beginning. When the mind has been put to rest and disturbs no longer the inner space, the Chittakash, the body acquires a new meaning and its transformation becomes both necessary and possible. Questioner: I have been wandering all over India, meeting many gurus and learning in driblets several yogas. Is it all right to have a taste of everything? Maharaj answers, no, this is but an introduction. You will meet a man who will help you find your own way. Questioner: I feel that the guru of my own choice cannot be my real guru. To be real, he must come unexpected and be irresistible. Maharaj answers, not to anticipate is best. The way you respond is decisive. Questioner: am I the master of my responses? Maharaj answers, discrimination and dispassion practiced now will yield their fruits at the proper time. If the roots are healthy and well watered, the fruits are sure to be sweet. Be pure, be alert, keep ready. Questioner: are austerities and penances of any use? Maharaj answers, to meet all the vicissitudes of life is penance enough. You need not invent trouble. To meet cheerfully whatever life brings is all the austerity you need. Questioner: what about sacrifice? Maharaj answers, share willingly and gladly all you have with whoever needs. Don't invent self-inflicted cruelties. Questioner: what is self-surrender? Maharaj answers, accept what comes. Questioner: I feel I'm too weak to stand on my own legs. I need the holy company of a guru and of good people. Equanimity is beyond me. To accept what comes as it comes frightens me. I think of my returning to the States with horror. Maharaj answers, go back and make the best of your opportunities. Get your BSc degree first. You can always return to India for your nature cure studies. Questioner: I'm quite aware of the opportunities in the States. It is the loneliness that frightens me. Maharaj answers, you have always the company of your own self. You need not feel alone. Estranged from it, even in India, you'll feel lonely. All happiness comes from pleasing the self. Please it. After returning to the States, do nothing that may be unworthy of the glorious reality within your heart, and you shall be happy and remain happy. But you must seek the self, and having found it, stay with it. Questioner: will complete solitude be of any benefit? Maharaj: it depends on your temperament. You may work with others and for others, alert and friendly, and grow more fully than in solitude, which may make you dull or leave you at the mercy of your mind's endless chatter. Do not imagine that you can change through effort. Violence, even turned against yourself, as in austerities and penance, will remain fruitless. Questioner: is there no way of making out who is realized and who is not? Maharaj answers, your only proof is yourself. If you find that you turn to gold, it will be a sign that you have touched the philosopher's stone. Stay with the person and watch what happens to you. Don't ask others. Their man may not be your guru. A guru may be universal in his essence, but not in his expression. He may appear to be angry or greedy or over-anxious about his ashram or his family, and you may be misled by appearances, while others are not. Questioner: have I not the right to expect all-round perfection, both inner and outer? Maharaj answers: inner, yes, but outer perfection depends on circumstances, on the state of the body, personal and social, and other innumerable factors. Questioner: I was told to find a Nani so that I may learn from him the art of achieving Jnana, and now I am told that the entire approach is false, that I cannot make out a Nani, or can Jnana be conquered by appropriate means. It is all so confusing. Maharaj answered: it is all due to your complete misunderstanding of reality. Your mind is steeped in the habits of evaluation and acquisition, and will not admit that the incomparable and unobtainable are waiting timelessly within your own heart for recognition. All you have to do is to abandon all memories and expectations. Just keep yourself ready in utter nakedness and nothingness. Questioner: who is to do the abandoning? Maharaj answers: God will do it. Just see the need of being abandoned. Don't resist. Don't hold on to the person you take yourself to be, because you imagine yourself to be a person. You take the Nani to be a person too, only somewhat different, better informed and more powerful. You may say that he is eternally conscious and happy, but it is far from expressing the whole truth. Don't trust definitions and descriptions. They are grossly misleading. Questioner: unless I am told what to do and how to do it, I feel lost. Maharaj answers: by all means, do feel lost. As long as you feel competent and confident, reality is beyond your reach. Unless you accept inner adventure as a way of life, discovery will not come to you. Questioner: discovery of what? Maharaj answers: of the center of your being, which is free of all directions, all means and ends. Questioner: be all, know all, have all? Maharaj: be nothing, know nothing, have nothing. This is the only life worth living, the only happiness worth having. Questioner: I may admit that the goal is beyond my comprehension. Let me know the way at least. Maharaj answers: you must find your own way. Unless you find it yourself, it will not be your way and will take you nowhere. Earnestly live your truth as you have found it. Act on the little you have understood. It is earnestness that will take you through, not cleverness, your own or another's. Questioner: I'm afraid of mistakes. So many things I tried, nothing came out of them. Maharaj answered: you gave too little of yourself. You were merely curious, not earnest. Questioner: I don't know any better. Maharaj answers: at least that much you know. Knowing them to be superficial, give no value to your experiences. Forget them as soon as they are over. Live a clean, selfless life. That is all. Questioner: is morality so important? Maharaj answers: don't cheat, don't hurt. Is it not important? Above all, you need inner peace, which demands harmony between the inner and the outer. Do what you believe in and believe in what you do. All else is a waste of energy and time. Questioner: I see here pictures of several saints and I'm told that they are your spiritual ancestors. Who are they and how did it all begin? Maharaj answers, we are called collectively the 9 masters. The legend says that our first teacher was Rishi Dattatreya, the great incarnation of the Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Even the 9 masters are mythological. Questioner, what is the peculiarity of their teaching? Maharaj answers, its simplicity, both in theory and practice. Questioner, how does one become a Navnath? By initiation or by succession? Maharaj, neither. The 9 masters' tradition, Navnath, Parampara, is like a river. It flows into the ocean of reality and whoever enters it is carried along. Questioner, does it imply acceptance by a living master belonging to the same tradition? Maharaj answers, those who practice the sadhana of focusing their minds on I am may feel related to others who have followed the same sadhana and succeeded. They may decide to verbalize their sense of kinship by calling themselves Navnaths. It gives them the pleasure of belonging to an established tradition. Questioner, do they in any way benefit by joining? Maharaj answers, the circle of satsang, the company of saints, expands in numbers as time passes. Questioner, do they get hold thereby of a source of power and grace from which they would have been barred otherwise? Maharaj answers, power and grace are for all and for the asking. Giving oneself a particular name does not help. Call yourself by any name. As long as you are intensely mindful of yourself, the accumulated obstacles to self-knowledge are bound to be swept away. Questioner, if I like your teaching and accept your guidance, can I call myself a Navnath? Maharaj answers, please your word addicted mind. The name will not change you. At best, it may remind you to behave. There is a succession of gurus and their disciples who in turn train more disciples and thus the line is maintained. But the continuity of a tradition is informal and voluntary. It is like a family name. But here, the family is spiritual. Questioner, do you have to realize to join the Sampradaya? Maharaj answers, the Navnath Sampradaya is only a tradition, a way of teaching and practice. It does not denote a level of consciousness. If you accept a Navnath Sampradaya teacher as your guru, you join his Sampradaya. Usually you receive a token of his grace, a look, a touch or a word, sometimes a vivid dream or a strong remembrance. Sometimes the only sign of grace is a significant and rapid change in character and behavior. Questioner, I know you know for some years and I meet you regularly. I know you now for some years and I meet you regularly. The thought of you is never far from my mind. Does it make me belong to your Sampradaya? Maharaj answers, your belonging is a matter of your own feeling and conviction. After all, it is all verbal and formal. In reality, there is neither guru nor disciple, neither theory nor practice, neither ignorance nor realization. It all depends on what you take yourself to be. Know yourself correctly. There is no substitute to self-knowledge. Questioner, what proof will I have that I know myself correctly? Maharaj answers, you need no proofs. The experience is unique and unmistakable. It will dawn on you suddenly when the obstacles are removed to some extent. It is like a frayed rope snapping. Yours is to work at the strands. The break is bound to happen. It can be delayed, but not prevented. Questioner, I am confused by your denial of causality. Does it mean that none is responsible for the world as it is? Maharaj answers, the idea of responsibility is in your mind. You think there must be something or somebody solely responsible for all that happens. There is a contradiction between a multiple universe and a single cause. Either one or the other must be false, or both. As I see it, it is all daydreaming. There is no reality in ideas. The fact is that without you, neither the universe nor its cause could have come into being. Questioner: I cannot make out whether I am the creature or the creator of the universe. Maharaj answers, I am is an ever-present fact, while I am created is an idea. Neither God nor the universe have come to tell you that they have created you. The mind is obsessed by the idea of causality, invents creation, and then wonders who is the creator. The mind itself is the creator. Even this is not quite true, for the created and its creator are one. The mind and the world are not separate. Do understand that what you think to be the world is your own mind. Questioner: Is there a world beyond or outside the mind? Maharaj: All space and time are in the mind. Where will you locate a supramental world? There are many levels of the mind and each projects his own version, yet all are in the mind and created by the mind. Questioner: What is your attitude to sin? How do you look at a sinner, somebody who breaks the law, inner or outer? Do you want him to change, or you just pity him? Or are you indifferent to him because of his sins? Maharaj answers, I know no sin, nor sinner. Your distinction and valuation do not bind me. Everybody behaves according to his nature. It cannot be helped, nor need it be regretted. Questioner: Others suffer. Maharaj: Life lives on life. In nature, the process is compulsory. In society, it should be voluntary. There can be no life without sacrifice. A sinner refuses to sacrifice and invites death. This is as it is, and gives no cause for the condemnation or pity. This is as it is, and gives no cause for condemnation or pity. Questioner: Surely you feel at least compassion when you see a man steeped in sin? Maharaj: Yes, I feel I am that man, and his sins are my sins. Questioner: Right. And what next? Maharaj answers, By my becoming one with him, he becomes one with me. It is not a conscious process. It happens entirely by itself. None of us can help it. What needs changing shall change anyhow. Enough to know oneself as one is, here and now. Intense and methodical investigation into one's mind is yoga. Questioner: What about the change of destiny forged by sin? Maharaj answers, When ignorance, the mother of sin, dissolves, destiny, the compulsion to sin again, ceases. Questioner: There are retributions to make. Maharaj answers, With ignorance coming to an end, all comes to an end. Things are then seen as they are, and they are good. Questioner: If a sinner, a breaker of the law, comes before you and asks for your grace, what will be your response? Maharaj answers, You'll get what he asks for. Questioner: In spite of being a very bad man? Maharaj: I know no bad people. I only know myself. I see no saints nor sinners, only living beings. I do not hand out grace. There is nothing I can give or deny which you do not have already in equal measure. Just be aware of your riches and make full use of them. As long as you imagine that you need my grace, you'll be at my door begging for it. My begging for grace from you would make as little sense. We are not separate. The real is common. Questioner. A mother comes to you with a tale of woe. Her only son has taken to drugs and sex and is going from bad to worse. She is asking for your grace. What shall be your response? Maharaj answers, probably I shall hear myself telling her that all will be well. Questioner. That's all? Maharaj. That's all. What more do you expect? Questioner. But will the son of the woman change? Maharaj. He may or may not. Questioner. The people who collect round you and who know you for many years maintain that when you say it will be all right, it invariably happens as you say. Maharaj answers, you may as well say that it is the mother's heart that saved the child. For everything there are innumerable causes. Questioner. I'm told that the man who wants nothing for himself is all-powerful. The entire universe is at his disposal. Maharaj answers, if you believe so, act on it. Abandon every personal desire and use the power thus saved for changing the world. Questioner. All the Buddhas and Rishis have not succeeded in changing the world. Maharaj answers, the world does not yield to changing. By its very nature, it is painful and transient. See it as it is and divest yourself of all desire and fear. When the world does not hold and bind you, it becomes an abode of joy and beauty. You can be happy in the world only when you are free of it. Questioner. What is right and what is wrong? Maharaj answers, generally, what causes suffering is wrong, and what removes it is right. The body and the mind are limited and therefore vulnerable. They need protection, which gives rise to fear. As long as you identify yourself with them, you are bound to suffer. Realize your independence and remain happy. I tell you, this is the secret of happiness. To believe that you depend on things and people for happiness is due to ignorance of your own true nature. To know that you need nothing to be happy, except self-knowledge, is wisdom. Questioner. What comes first, being or desire? Maharaj. With being arising in consciousness, the ideas of what you are arise in your mind, as well as what you should be. This brings forth desire and action, and the process of becoming begins. Becoming has apparently no beginning and no end, for it restarts every moment. With the cessation of imagination and desire, becoming ceases, and the being this or that merges into pure being, which is not describable or only experienceable. The world appears to you so overwhelmingly real because you think of it all the time. Cease thinking of it, and it will dissolve into thin mist. You need not forget, when desire and fear end, bondage also ends. It is the emotional involvement, the pattern of likes and dislikes, which we call character and temperament, that create the bondage. Questioner. Without desire and fear, what motive is there for action? Maharaj answers, none, unless you consider love of life, of righteousness, of beauty motive enough. Do not be afraid of freedom from desire and fear. It enables you to live a life so different from all you know, so much more intense and interesting, that truly, by losing all, you gain all. Questioner. Since you count your spiritual ancestry from Rishi Dattatreya, are we right in believing that you and all your predecessors are reincarnations of the Rishi? Maharaj answers, you may believe in whatever you like, and if you act on your belief, you'll get the fruits of it. But to me, it has no importance. I am what I am, and this is enough for me. I have no desire to identify myself with anybody, however illustrious. Nor do I feel the need to take myths for reality. I am only interested in ignorance and the freedom from ignorance. The proper role of a guru is to dispel ignorance in the hearts and minds of his disciples. Once the disciple has understood, the confirming action is up to him. Nobody can act for another. And if he does not act rightly, it only means that he has not understood and that the guru's work is not over. Questioner. There must be some hopeless cases too. Maharaj answers, none is hopeless. Obstacles can be overcome. What life cannot mend, death will end. But the guru cannot fail. Questioner. What gives you the assurance? Maharaj answers, the guru and man's inner reality are really one and work together towards the same goal, the redemption and salvation of the mind. They cannot fail. Out of the very boulders that obstruct them, they build their bridges. Consciousness is not the whole of being. There are other levels on which man is much more cooperative. The guru is at home on all levels, and his energy and patience are inexhaustible. Questioner. You keep on telling me that I'm dreaming that it is high time I should wake up. How does it happen that the Maharaj, who has come to me in my dreams, has not succeeded in waking me up? He keeps on urging and reminding, but the dream continues. Maharaj answers, it is because you have not really understood that you are dreaming. This is the essence of bondage, the mixing of the real with unreal. In your present state, only the sense I am refers to reality. The what and the how I am are illusions imposed by destiny or accident. Questioner. When did the dream begin? Maharaj answers, it appears to be beginningless, but in fact, it is only now. From moment to moment, you are renewing it. Once you have seen that you are dreaming, you shall wake up. But you do not see because you want the dream to continue. A day will come when you will long for the ending of the dream with all your heart and mind and be willing to pay any price. The price will be the dispassion and detachment, the loss of interest in the dream itself. Questioner. How helpless I am. As long as the dream of existence lasts, I want it to continue. As long as I want it to continue, it will last. Maharaj answers, wanting it to continue is not inevitable. See clearly your condition. Your very clarity will release you. Questioner. As long as I'm with you, all you say seems pretty obvious, but as soon as I'm away from you, I run about restlessly and anxious. Maharaj answers, you need not keep away from me, in your mind at least, but your mind is after the world's welfare. Questioner. The world is full of obstacles. No wonder my mind too is full of them. Maharaj. Was there ever a world without troubles? Your being as a person depends on violence to others. Your very body is a battlefield, full of the dead and dying. Existence implies violence. Questioner. As a body, yes. As a human being, definitely no. For humanity, non-violence is the law of life and violence of death. Maharaj answers, there is little of non-violence in nature. Questioner. God and nature are not human and need not be humane. I am concerned with man alone. To be human, I must be compassionate, absolutely. Maharaj answers, do you realize that as long as you have a self to defend, you must be violent? Questioner. I do. To be truly human, I must be selfless. As long as I'm selfish, I'm subhuman, humanoid only. Maharaj answers, so we are all subhuman and only a few are human. Few or many. It is again clarity and charity that make us human. The subhuman, the humanoids, are dominated by tamas and rajas, and the humans by sattva. Clarity and charity is sattva, as it affects mind and action. But the real is beyond sattva. Since I have known you, you seem to be always after helping the world. How much did you help? Questioner. Not a bit. Neither the world has changed me, nor have I. But the world suffers and I suffer along with it. To struggle against suffering is a natural reaction. And what is civilization and culture, philosophy and religion but a revolt against suffering? Evil and the ending of evil. Is it not your own main preoccupation? You may call it ignorance. It comes to the same. Maharaj answers, well, words do not matter, nor does it matter in what shape you are just now. Names and shapes change incessantly. Know yourself to be the changeless witness of the change for mind. That is enough.